रघुनाथ भट्ट गोस्वामी और श्रील कृष्णदास कविराज गोस्वामी, ये दोनों का बारे में कुछ कहने को मौका मिला नहीं। रघुनाथ भट्ट गोस्वामी है तमाम मुस्लिम काशी में जिनका महाप्रभु था वही रघुनाथ उनको सेवा काशी में। अभी जब जगन्नाथपुरी में किया नहीं, तब उन्होंने भी जाने के लिए इच्छा किया था, लेकिन निषेध। बाद में दर्शन हुआ, उन्होंने जाकर क्या करते थे, पुरी में जगन्नाथपुरी में 8 महीना महाप्रभु का साथ रहा। तो एक व्यक्ति था, वो है थोड़ा महाराज को वस्त्र देते, तो महाप्रभु ने इंगित किया तो उन्होंने 8 महीना पहुंचा। फिर बाद में उन्होंने किया महाप्रभु का साथ मिलने के लिए, उसको लिए 8 महीना रहा। दोनों मिलके 16 महीना महाप्रभु का साथ रहा, महाप्रभु को सेवा किया। रघुनाथ भट्ट यही का भागवत में और सत्यम तो उसी का, इसलिए इसको वैष्णव बंधन में बताया कि भक्त गोस्वामी साधना वृंदावन अध्यापक श्री भागवती, भागवत में अध्यापक है वृंदावन में, सबको भागवत नाम एक श्लोक को 3 रागिनी में उनको उच्चारण करते थे, इसका नहीं। उनका भी महाप्रभु द्वितीय बार भी भेज दिए, जब तुम जाओ पिता माता को सेवा करो, पिता माता गंगा प्राप्ति होने से वृंदावन जाकर ये हुआ मिलता। उन्होंने ऐसे ही किया। श्री रघुनाथ भट्ट गोस्वामी उन्होंने शिष्य वगैरह बनाया नहीं, लेकिन बहुत लोग उनका कथा सुनकर कोई शिष्य बन गया। ऐसा शिष्य रूप से मंत्र प्रदान करने का विषय में कोई जानकारी मिलता नहीं। ऐसे ही
आप बताते हैं गोविंद देव का मंदिर जो बनवाया,
और जब गोस्वामी को गोविंद देव मिला, प्रकाश किया, जिनको उन्होंने प्रतिष्ठा किया। भूमियों का सात देवता एक कृष्ण का प्रभुत्र वज्रनाम ने स्थापना किया था, और ब्रजमंडल में कृष्ण का नाम कोई ग्राम का नामकरण किया था, वज्रनाम। तो वज्रनाथ का सात विग्रह है वृंदावन में, ब्रजमंडल में। गोवर्धन है हरिदेव, गोवर्धन हरिदेव, और है बलदेव। दूसरी बात है गोविंद, गोपीनाथ, मदन मोहन। ऐसा बद्रीनाथ का प्रकाशित विग्रह, और उन्होंने गोविंद देव का मंदिर बनाया। अपना शिष्य मैंने अनुभव महाराज मान सिंह से मंदिर बनाया, गोविंद मंदिर गोस्वामी का। वैसे ही उनमें जिसने किया नहीं, तो जो विचार हमारा शिष्य है उसका है, वो विचार नहीं। जैसा गोस्वामी के पास आया था, उन्होंने उनका गुरु से आदेश देकर उनका विश्व वैष्णव राजसभा में लोग उनको उपाधि दीजिए, और उनको इसी हिसाब से सामानंद का हृदय चैतन्य का। तो उन्होंने भी जीव गोस्वामी का पास भेजा शिक्षा ग्रहण करने के लिए वृंदावन। एक भागवत का तिरुभावी महाप्रभु का दर्शन का कोई इतिहास नहीं, उन्होंने तो दर्शन किया, लेकिन उन्होंने रामदास जिनका घर में होरात्र कीर्तन कराया था, उसी में क्या हुआ, उनका जो भाई नाम दिया नहीं कि भगवान का भक्त नहीं है, इनका नाम उच्चारण करके समय को फिजूल नहीं बिताना, ग्रंथ का प्रदर्शन नहीं बढ़ाना, ऐसा विचार। तो उन्होंने जीव गोस्वामी का जो विष्णुवस्त्रम राजसभा था उसने से उनका उपाधि दिया था। क्या उपाधि दिया? श्यामानंद, राधा रानी का आनंद, श्यामानंद। श्री श्यामानंद प्रभु और श्रीनिवास और नरोत्तम तीनों को जीव गोस्वामी संदूक में वैष्णव ग्रंथ भर के भेजा था। ये जाकर बांग्ला में प्रचार करना, इसका इतिहास। तो इन्होंने जब कीर्तन था उन्होंने किया हुआ कीर्तन सुनने के लिए कविराज गोस्वामी, तो उनका भाई महाप्रभु को मानते हैं, नित्यानंद को नहीं मानते। इसलिए उन्होंने अपना भाई को डांटा। क्या बोला? एक माने अरे नाम माने तेरी मौत धनंजय, द्वितीय नाम माने थी और तो पापंज। यदि भक्त को भगवान को नाम माने तो क्या होता है? भंड। और जो भगवान को मानते हैं उनका प्रभाव विग्रह को नहीं मानते, उनको बोलता है भंड। कभी भंड उद्धार नहीं होता। जो पसंद है ये बदल सकता है, भंड बदलेगा। इसलिए उन्होंने जो मेडिकेशन रामदास उन्होंने था, उन्होंने अपना भक्ति को छोड़ के वहां से उठ किया, वहां से उठ के चला जहाँ हमारा प्रभु का मर्यादा नहीं है, उसी स्थान पर मैंने गाया बोल के वहां चला। यही जो अपना भाई को तिरस्कार किया, इसीलिए क्या हुआ ना, उसी से स्वप्न में नित्यानंद प्रभु उनका दर्शन दिया और कहा, अरे अरे कृष्णदास जाओ वृंदावन, कहा सर्वलिप्त। अरे तो उन्होंने वृंदावन किया और वृंदावन जाकर के गोस्वामियों का दर्शन मिला। गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन दर्शन मिला। इसलिए रचना की। तो उन्होंने एक ग्रंथ रचना किया जिसका नाम है गोविंद लीलामृत। इसी ग्रंथ वैष्णव समाज में प्रसिद्ध हुआ। वैष्णव समाज में इनका को प्रसिद्ध। गोविंद मंदिर में नित्य प्रति चैतन्य देव का चरित्र पाठ होता। चैतन्य भागवत, चैतन्य चरितामृत, चैतन्य भागवत और दूसरी है
चैतन्य मंगल। चैतन्य मंगल,
चैतन्य मंगल। इनका जो लेख देखकर वहाँ पर कविराज गोस्वामी उनको बोला, आप चैतन्य महाप्रभु का श्रेष्ठ लीला वर्णन कीजिए। अगर नहीं तो चैतन्य देव का श्रेष्ठ लीला आज जगत में प्रकाशित होगा, अप्रकाशित कहा जाएगा। तब उन्होंने सोचा कि वैष्णव है गुरु आज्ञा पालन करना शिष्य का अवश्य कर्तव्य। लेकिन मेरा उम्र ज्यादा, देखने में हाथ हिलता है, कान में सुनता नहीं, इस अवस्था में मैं क्या करूं? इन्होंने जाकर संबंध दिए, मदन मोहन मंदिर में प्रणाम किया। प्रभु, आप हमें आज्ञा कीजिए, इस अवस्था में मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ? तब उनका माला खोल गया मदन मोहन का, और गोसाई दास पुजारी उनको वो माला दिया। तब उन्होंने समझा कि मदन मोहन आज्ञा दिया एक ग्रंथ रचना करने के लिए। तदनुसार कोई ग्रंथ उन्होंने वहीं शुरू किया। इसलिए बताया यही ग्रंथ देखाए मरी मदन मोहन আমার লেখনী যেন সুখের পথ সুখ চিড়িয়া जुआ बोलोगे वो बोलेगा। इसमें ये कहानी है, एक तूफान में उनका दो बच्चा वो घोसला से गिरकर नीचे पड़ी। तब एक को मिला, बच्चा को देखकर गया हुआ उठा को साई को उनको ले जाकर पालन किया। और एक को मिला मुनि का, तो दोनों का मुनि का बात सुनता है। मुनि जो बोलते हैं वो उसी से बात सीखा है। सब एक व्यक्ति इतिहासी पानी पीने के लिए वहाँ कोई टोकरा नहीं किया, जहाँ हो वहाँ वो बिछाने लगा। तो साधु ने जैसे आचरण किया तो उन्होंने बोलता है पुत्री, आपको देख के प्यासी मालूम होता है, यहाँ सुराही में पानी है, गिलास है, आप पानी पीकर पंखा में बर्दाश्त कीजिए, आप स्नान क्लांत है। तब उन्होंने क्या हुआ, क्या किया उन्होंने, वो पानी तो पिया, ये हुआ। थोड़ा आगे जाकर आवश्यक को मिला, पहले वाला जो मिला वो क्या करने लगा, शैतान तो यहाँ आ गया, लेकिन आँख उखाड़ देंगे से भला बोला। पानी तो पीने का बात ही नहीं, वो ऐसा बोला। थोड़ा आगे जाकर ऐसे ही देखा झोपड़ा, ऐसे ही सीढ़ियाँ, तब देख करके वो भयभीत होकर आगे जाता। जब हमारा ऐसे ही काम जाए वो अच्छा है, आंखों उखाड़ देगा, ऐसा पड़ेगा तो सीढ़िया बोलता है पति, आपको देख के लगता है आप प्यासी, कृपा करके यहाँ आइए, चटाई है, आराम कीजिए, सुराही में पानी है, पानी पीजिए, पंखा है, बर्दाश्त कीजिए, हमारा प्रभु कहेंगे रहने से आपको जरूरी तो सत्कार करके। इनका भय हुआ, ऐसा अच्छा मीठी बात बोल के या आंखों उबार ना ले। तब बोलता है भय भी तो क्यों होता है, निर्भय से पानी पीजिए, आराम कीजिए, मैं सीढ़ी रहा हूँ, मैं आपको जरूरत तो सेवा नहीं कर पाऊंगा, आप इसमें तब फिर भयभीत तो हुआ। तब बोला अब भयभीत हो जाए क्या कारण हमें बताइए। तो बोला तुम्हारा जैसे एक प्रिय था, वो हमारा आंखों उखाड़ लेगा और ऐसा गालियां देने लगा, मैं भयभीत हूँ। तब बोलते वो तो हमारा भाई है, ईशात्वयेको महत्वयि स्वयंचो वनपक्षिणा अहं मुनीनां वचनं शृणोमि सत्य गवासवाचा नमस्ते पूर्णो नमस्कार कश्य दोष नमे गुणोवा संसार दोष गुणों भवन्ति संसार से दोष गुण होता है इसीलिए सत्संग का महिमा साधुसंग करे ऐसा बदल जाएगा पोसाई शिकारी नारों का दो शब्द सुनकर बदल गया संसार पशु शिकार भाग देकर भीख मंगा बना नारों का बातों से विश्वास किया और भक्त बन गया लुटेगा रत्नाकर ये भी नारद का कहने से पहले तो नारद को पकड़ा तो उन्होंने उनको सदुपदेश दिया फिर उसमें संतुष्ट हुआ जब आपने क्या समझा कि मुझे ऐसा भय दिखाकर ये भूमने पड़ेगा और भाग जाओगे तो मैं भागने वाला नहीं हूँ
এটা থাক আমি বলি
না এটা শেষ করি
এটা আমি বলে দেব
এটাকে শেষ করে
আমি বলছি এইটা আমি বলে দেব আপনি ওই যে কবিরাজ গোস্বামীর বলছেন সেটা আপনি বলে দেবেন
Like we heard yesterday from Śrīla Mahārāja that he will be speaking today about Śrīla Raghunatha Bhatta Gosvami as well as about Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami. Because yesterday there was disappearance day of these two personalities also. So today Śrīla Mahārāja started mentioning So today, Śrīla Mahārāja started mentioning about Śrīla Raghunatha Bhatta Gosvami, that how, when he was very young, at that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he visited Varanasi, Kashi. At that time, he was also there because he is the son of Sri Tapan Mishra. So he got chance to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu over there. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu instructed him that because you are having Vaishnava parents, so the time they are leaving, you must serve them. But when they leave this world, then you can come to Vrindavan. Śrīla Raghunatha Bhatta Gosvami got chance to stay with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu 2 times, each time for 8 months. He stayed with him in Sri Jagannath Puri. He was well versed in Srimad Bhagavatam. All the Goswamis, they used to hear Srimad Bhagavatam from him. He used to chant all the shlokas, recite all the shlokas in so many different ways. And he used to chant with so much love that everybody used to feel great bliss by hearing even the recitation itself. Srila Raghunatha Bhatta Gosvami, just by speaking Srimad Bhagavatam and following the conduct which he learned from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he became like the ideal for many people. Even though he was not giving Diksha, but still so many people used to accept him as their Guru. When Srila Rupa Goswami Pada, he found the deity of Srila Govinda Dev from Gomatila. At that time, there was one follower of Srila Raghunatha Bhatta Gosvami, King Mansingh from Jaipur. Raghunath Bhatta Goswami asked him to construct a temple for Govinda Dev, for Srila Rupa Goswami Pada. So Srila Maharaj mentioned at that time, this thought was not there in the mind of anybody that, oh, this person is my disciple, so he must serve me only. For the service of Lord, for the service of Vaishnavas, they were very, very broad-minded and did whatever was required. There was no hesitation like that. And then Srila Maharaj mentioned that how Srila Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, he was accepting so many Srila Jiva Goswami Pada was accepting devotees to train. Srila Srinivasa Acharya, he asked Srila Gopal Bhatta Goswami asked Srinivasa Acharya to go and learn from Srila Jiva Goswami Pada. Shyamananda Prabhu, he was also being sent by his Guru Hridaya Chaitanya to Srila Jiva Goswami Pada for study. Srila Lokanath Goswami also sent his disciple Srila Narottam Das Thakur to Srila Jiva Goswami Pada with the intention that they will learn Vaishnava scriptures as well as all the details of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu philosophy from him. So there were no consideration that, oh, only my disciple will stay with me. Why he has to go somewhere else? And because Srila Jiva Goswami Pada, he was teaching them and with his full heart, having no discrimination at all that whose disciples they are. And then from his Vishnu Vaishnava Raj Sabha, he even awarded them with different titles. Srinivasa Acharya, his name was Srinivasa, but this Acharya, this was the title given by Srila Jiva Goswami Pada. Sri Shyamananda Prabhu, he received this title of Prabhu. And Narottam Das Thakur, Thakur is his title given by Srila Jiva Goswami Pada. So in this way, Srila Maharaj gave these examples that how there was no discrimination of like having material consideration in between the relationship of Guru and disciple. These words were having very deep meaning in it, and they actually practiced that, not only external features of these words. And then Srila Maharaj, meanwhile, he mentioned about, when he was explaining about Govinda Dev, that how he came to Srila Rupa Goswami Pada. Meanwhile, he mentioned about there are different deities in Braj, which were being installed by Vajranath, Madan Mohan, Govinda Dev, Gopinath, and Hari Dev in Govardhan, Baldev in Dauji. All these deities were installed by Vajranath. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he sent Srila Rupa Goswami and Sanatana Goswami to Vrindavan, asked them to perform 4 special services. Among them, one was to Sri Vigraha Prakash. Means you can manifest the deities, not that you can install the new deities. But Śrīla Maharaj mentions they were ordered to manifest the deities which were being already established or installed by Vajranava. So in this way, Śrīla Rupa Goswami Pad, he manifested the deity of Govinda Dev, not made new deity and installed. After that, Śrīla Maharaj started mentioning that how Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami, even though externally, historically, he never met with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, but in reality, he met with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. How? Through the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He heard the real glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from the standard souls. That's why he really had darshan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu through his ears. One time, what happened? That Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami's brother, he arranged for a festival of Nam Sankirtan 24 hours in his house. And over there were a devotee of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Miniketan Ramdas. He also came over there. He always used to have one flute in his hand. If he used to become pleased with somebody, then what he used to do, he used to climb on their shoulders or act in a very different way with that person. So there was like the brother of Śrīla Kaviraja Gosvami. He was having faith for Sriman Mahaprabhu, but having no faith for Sri Nityananda Prabhu, the one who is Prakash Vigraha of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why he, Miniketan Ramdas, by seeing his behavior, became upset and broke his flute and left that place. By seeing this, Śrīla Kaviraja Gosvami also got upset with his brother and left the house. Śrīla Kaviraja Gosvami, while speaking about the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu on him, he has mentioned the name of his brother, that, oh, my brother only. But he didn't mention his name actually. So Śrīla Maharaj is mentioning at this place that why he did not mention the name of his brother. Because Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami, he considers that a person who is not the devotee of Lord, a person who does not have faith for Nityananda Prabhu, even uttering his name is inauspicious. So why I have to even utter his name or make others to hear his name afterward? That's why he did not wrote his name externally. And secondly, he mentioned that why I have to write his name and increase the volume of my book. So that's why for these two reasons, he did not wrote his name even. But when he left his house, at that time, Nityananda Prabhu, he became very merciful to him. Śrīla Maharaj mentioned in between that Chaitanya Charitamrita mentions when this pastime is being narrated that eke mane, eke na mane, a person who accepts one among like Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu or Lord and Guru. If somebody accepts only one and don't accept another one, then he is known as Bhandu. And if a person does not accept both of them, then he is known as Pashandu. So Śrīla Maharaj mentioned a person who does not accept both, there is a chance for him that if he gets the association of sadhus, he will change and accept both of them. But if a person is Bhandu, means accepts one and don't accept another one, there is no hope for him to get deliverance. Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami, when he came to Braj on the order of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda Prabhu asked him that, oh Kaviraja, you can go to Braj. You will meet with all auspiciousness over there. You will attain whatever you are looking forward. On the order of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, Kaviraja Gosvami came to Braj, and here he got chance to have darshan of Goswamis. He took shelter at their lotus feet, especially from Śrīla Raghunatha Gosvami. He got chance to hear about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes in very brief, not brief, in very great detail. He heard everything with all the details. He heard from Śrīla Raghunatha Gosvami, and that particular thing became the instrument of writing Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami, he wrote Sri Govinda Lilamrit first, and that particular book became very famous among the Vaishnavas of that time. And when Śrīla Kaviraja Gosvami he visited Govinda Dev temple, there was a pujari of Govinda Dev whose name was Sri Haridas. This Haridas, by seeing Śrīla Kaviraja Gosvami, he asked him that even though we are reading Chaitanya Bhagavat as well as Chaitanya Mangal every day here in Govinda Dev temple, but in Chaitanya, these two books, the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya after taking sannyas is not being mentioned so much. Srimad Mahaprabhu's Antya Leela is not being mentioned over there. You are a qualified person to write it. If you will not write it, then there will nobody who will be able to write it. So please write it. When Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami heard these words of Sri Haridas Pujari, he started thinking in his mind that the words of Vaishnavas are considered not different from the words of Guru. And in the Shastras it has been mentioned, Agya Guruna Hai Bhav Vicharaniya, that the words of Guru, real Guru, the words of pure Guru must be followed without any delay, without any other interpretation. Plainly, one should follow that. So, but how I can follow? I am very, very old. I am having old age. My eyes does not see properly. My hands shake. My ears don't hear properly. So in this stage of my life, how it will be possible for me to follow the words of Vaishnava, Pujari Sri Haridas? While he was thinking like this, he visited the temple of Sri Madan Mohan, the presiding deity of Sambandha Devata, Sambandha Gyan. So he went over there, and what happened over there? That while he was revealing his heart to the Lord, at that time, the mala of Madan Mohan, the garland of Madan Mohan fall down. And over there was a pujari. Śrīla Mahārāja mentioned his name also. पुजारी का नाम क्या बताया था ना, कुछ और बताया था आपने, जो मदन मोहन जी का पुजारी, उस गोसाई दास शायद. So Madan Mohan's pujari, Sri Gosai Das, he brought that mala and gave to Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami. And Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami accepted that garland as the order of Sri Madan Mohan to start writing Chaitanya Charitamrita, the final pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. He took it as his order. That's why in Chaitanya Charitamrita he mentions that Ei Granth Lekhaye More Madan Mohan. This book is being Ei Granth Lekhaye More, who is inspiring me to write this book, Madan Mohan. Amar Lekhani Jeno Shuker Patan. My writing only is like the repetition of Shuk parrot. In this way, he has mentioned Like at this place, Śrīla Mahārāja started mentioning one very special thing. Two things in between in this pastime. First, in between, Śrīla Mahārāja mentioned that Kaviraja Gosvami took Sri Haridas as his Guru, the words of Guru. Why? Because Guru and Vaishnava, they are considered non-different. If their caliber is same. So that's why he took his words very seriously. And second thing, by remembering the word, that because Kaviraja Goswami said that my writing is like shuk, parrot, bird. So Śrīla Mahārāja remembered one another story which is related to the bird. That once there were two birds and their mother, when they were very young, staying in the nest with mother. At that time what happened? Tufan ko kya kehte hain? A storm came, hurricane came, and what happened that nest fell down. And the mother, she tried to escape both of her kids with her feather. But what happened finally that she got died, mother got died, and these two babies, they were lying on the ground. At that time, like they were scrolling, going here and there, trying to escape. What happened that one person who was Kasai, like a person who cuts the animals and sells them, butcher. So he found one bird and took with him. And another bird was taken by one Muni, a sadhu who was living in an ashram. So both of them, this butcher as well as the Muni, they used to live side by side, very close. One time a person was passing by who was very thirsty. He just saw the place that seems like there is a house and somebody lives here. So for water, he just entered into that place and immediately the bird in the butcher's house, he started shouting that don't think that no human being is here in this house, but still I am guarding this house. My master is not here, but you are coming here. Seems like you came here to steal things. Even though I am very small, but my beak is very strong. I can even take away your eyes. If you try to step inside, don't dare, get lost from here immediately. Like by saying this, when this person heard this, became like very scary. That this bird is very scary. He immediately left that place. And then while he was passing from the other house, which was very close, the same kind of bird, by seeing this person, he started speaking in a very soft voice that, oh, Pati, oh person who is going from this way, just by seeing you, I can feel that you are thirsty. And in our house, there is water in earthen pot. Cup is also there nearby. You can come and take the water. I am a very small bird. I don't have capacity to bring water to you, but you can fill it and drink it. Please don't be hesitant that a bird is calling, how I can go. My master is not here. If he would be here, then what he was saying, he definitely regarded you so much, gave you so much respect and fed you with so many things. So please don't be hesitant and come inside. So while he was saying like this, then this person still not coming inside, that maybe now he is speaking in soft words and again acting in a different way. Then this bird said that why you are hesitant? I am requesting you so much, why don't you come in? Then he revealed his heart, a bird like you. He was speaking in a very strange voice with me. I am scared. So then he said that, oh, actually he is my brother. Told him the whole story, that how a butcher has taken him and how a Muni has taken me. Then this bird is saying, actually, I was having no good quality and he was having no bad quality. But because of the association, because of some good fortune, I attained the association of a Muni, and because of his bad karma, he came across with a butcher. So there is a fault in association, but not in a person. So I was having no good qualities, he was having no bad qualities. But the association itself makes a person seems like different, they attain different nature. So in this way, Srila Maharaj mentioned that what is the real effect of association. That's why it is been mentioned that with whom a person associates, one reflects his qualities. Hare Krishna. Then Srila Maharaj mentioned about this Vyāda, that how, even though he was a hunter, but still, when he met with Narad Rishi and got his association for a very short time and took seriously, he changed completely. Ratnakar, even though he was dacoit, but because he got the mercy of Narad Rishi, he also changed and became Valmiki.
कविराज गोस्वामी उन्होंने अनुभव किया जब मैंने कहा पूरा था और ये लोगों का कृपा से मैंने यहाँ आकर ऐसा गोस्वामी होकर और गोस्वामी समूह ऐसा हमें मिला। तो इसलिए जब आदेश किया तो वहाँ से शुरू किया। उसके बाद उन्होंने क्या शिक्षा दिया, जो कोई ग्रंथ को लिखने से को शास्त्र माना जाएगा नहीं। जो उन्होंने किसी श्रेष्ठ वैष्णव का आदेश से करे तब उनका महिमा, जब उनका आदेश किया तब उन्होंने चैतन्य चरितामृत में शुरू किया, वही मदन मोहन मंदिर में। इसीलिए उन्होंने बोला यही ग्रंथ देखाई मदन मोहन আমার দেখুন যেন সুখে পটন। এই গ্রন্থ कौन लिखता है? मदन मोहन। प्रभु मदन मोहन मुझे बोला है, उन्होंने जो मुझे बुलाता है मैं वही लिखता हूँ। तब ऐसा जब इसमें भी ऊपर से प्रेरणा आता है तभी ये करने से इसका महिमा होता है। इसलिए कविराज गोस्वामी का ग्रंथ इनका इतना महिमा है, जो लोग चैतन्य चरितामृत वैष्णवों का पास पढ़ा है तो उनका इसमें मालूम होगा। उन्होंने शिक्षा दिया गुरु वैष्णव भगवान तीन स्मरण है विघ्न विनाश होनार से है निज वांछित पूर्ण। कविराज गोस्वामी का शिक्षा और उन्होंने अपना परिचय दे दिया साथ साथ कि मैं कौन सा व्यक्ति हूँ। मेरा तो कहा वंश परिचय बाकुल मैंने देखा नहीं, तो हम आप लोगों के पास मेरा परिचय देता हूँ। पूरी से मुई से लोभिस जोगाई माधाई मुई से पापिस मोर नाम जेल जोय चार पाप है, मोर नाम जेल सुने चार पुण्य है। एमन निर्घिन्न मुई केवा दया करी एक नित्यानंद जगत माया। जो मेरा परिचय आप लोग सुन लीजिए। मैं कार्तिका क्रिया से भी छोटा हूँ और जोगाई माता जो नित्यानंद को सिर बोला था उससे भी ज्यादा पापिष्ट नहीं। कारण दिखाया, इनका तो जन्म हुआ धाम में भगवती से, हमारा तो वो भी हुआ नहीं। मोर नाम यही लय तार पाप है, मोर नाम यही सुने तार पुण्य क्षय। तो इसमें क्या शिक्षा दिया उन्होंने, जो उनको नाम लेना नहीं, डायरेक्ट बोलो। तो ये होता है जब महो तो महियान वस्तु का संग करते हैं तो स्वाभाविक रूप से दीनता उनमें प्रकाश होता है। ये कोई कृत्रिम चीज नहीं है। जितना बड़ा साधु को संग करोगे इतना ही दीनता है। जगत का लोग जो माया का वैभव चाहता है वो भी उससे ज्यादा वैभव मिलता है, तो उनका पास आत्मा को छोटा देखता है। प्रमाण हैदराबाद में एक व्यक्ति मुझको ले जाएगा, एक डॉक्टर का हमारे एक्सीडेंट हुआ, सीमेंट का बोरी आया था, तो उसको बोला एक बहुत बड़ा एंगेजमेंट किया, बोला मैं नहीं जा सकता क्योंकि शादी में जाना है। तो हमने मठ से निकला, हैदराबाद मठ से, और उन्होंने कार में आकर ड्राइवर को इशारा किया, ड्राइवर गाड़ी खड़ा कर दी। तो उन्होंने वही जो ड्राइवर उनको लाया था उनको बोला तुम चला जाओ, वो हमारा गाड़ी में कोई। तो मैंने उनको बोला जी आपको आने के क्या जरूरत, एंगेजमेंट कर दिया, टाइम फिक्स हो गया, 3 नंबर हमारा है। तो उन्होंने बोला हम लोग सेठ है तो चाहता मिल जा। तो देखो ये लड़का 5 नींद है, 5 लड़का को अलग अलग बना दिया, पोलिएस्टर मिल, रोलिंग मिल, शुगर मिल, ऐसा करके। तो हम लोग यही से, और उन्होंने बुरा का तरफ नेगेटिव कर क्या बोलते हैं, हम लोग शेष नहीं। इसमें भी जिन्होंने जितना श्रेष्ठ श्रम करेंगे अपना आपको इतना ही दीन देंगे। यही नहीं जो भगवान का श्रम करते हैं, भगवान का भक्तों का श्रम करते हैं, उनका लिए त्रिनाद सुनी जरूरी को सहिष्णुना हमारी नाम मान देनो किंतुनिया सदा हुई, स्वाभाविक रूप से आ जाएगा। इसके लिए कोई आवाज साधन करने नहीं पड़ेगा, कोई श्रेष्ठ संगों से आ जाए। अगर उन्होंने बोला ऐसे मैं हूँ, इनको मुझे कृपा करने वाला कौन है जगत में, नित्यानंद जगत समाधि, नित्यानंद छोड़कर महाराज से पापिष्ट को कृपा करने वाला कोई द्वितीय नहीं है। एक जितना श्रेष्ठ श्रम करा जाएगा उतना ही दीनता आएगा, तेनाली और उतना ही सहिष्णुता। कैसे? जैसे प्रहलाद को कितना अत्याचार किया हिरण्यकशिपु, उन्होंने उनका प्रतिवाद किया कोई, तो इसे सहिष्णु कौन बन सकता है? अमानिना कभी पिता को प्रणाम किया सस्तांग, ऐसा आवाज आता है भक्त होने देगा। कोई बोल सकता है समस्त देवतागण जिन्होंने वरदान देकर प्रहलाद हिरण्यकशिपु को इतना बढ़ाया, कोई ब्रह्मा उनका भय से भी, लेकिन ये सब भक्तों को दिया में नहीं जाते, भक्त को दिया नहीं। ये है आधिकारिक देवता, इंद्रादि अधिकारी की थी। तो जो भगवत भक्त है, इन्होंने सबका मंगल चिंता करती। जैसे उनका पिता था, सब देवता लोग खुश हुआ, प्रहलाद खुश हुआ कि हमारा पिता इतना वैष्णव का ऊपर, भगवान के ऊपर उत्पात किया, तेरे में कोई अकुल्लन ना हो। पुत्र है, ये पिता है, इसलिए किया। अम्बरीश का पिता था विश्वास, हरि भक्ति आने से ऐसा गुण आ गए। हरि भक्ति का कारण है सत्संग, सत्संग का कारण है सुकृति। जिनका जैसा सुकृति है, उसी माफिक साधु का संग उनको मिलेगा और उसी से ये सब जो महाप्रभु सत्य का प्रणाम सुनिते न सर्वही तो सही सुनना अमानिना मान देना कीर्तन सदा। हरिकीर्तन करने के लिए योग्यता ऐसा ही है। एक कविराज गोस्वामी अपना जीवन में दिखाया।
Śrīla Mahārāja started mentioning that how Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami, he is writing in his Chaitanya Charitamrita that how by the mercy of Sri Vijnāna Prabhu, even though I did not do anything for him, just I asked my brother that why you accept only Mahaprabhu but not Nityananda Prabhu. That's not proper. By this you will meet with inauspiciousness. Just because of these words, Nityananda Prabhu became so much pleased with me that he blessed me, gave his darshan and ordered me to go to Braj. Because of his mercy, I attained the darshan of Madan Mohan, Govinda Dev, Gopinath. I met with all the Goswamis and I became eligible to understand all the details of Bhakti Rasa. All these things happened because of the mercy of Sri Nityananda Prabhu, for whom I did very little. I did not do so much for him. Then Śrīla Mahārāja started mentioning that how Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami did not write this Chaitanya Charitamrita by his own desire. If somebody does something to show his own qualification in these kind of subject matters also, then there is no value at all. But when the order in the form of blessing comes from the higher authority, then a person becomes empowered, and then whatever he writes, it really moves the heart of others, and it then and only then the writing becomes glorious, otherwise not. So Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami followed the order of his superior, Pujari Haridas, took his order. On his order, he wrote this Chaitanya Charitamrita. That's why Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita was it became such kind of scripture that which is very, very valuable. Throughout the world now, people understand that how this scripture is topmost. In this way, Śrīla Mahārāja mentioned this particular thing also about Śrīla Kaviraja Gosvami, that he accepted the authority of his senior Vaishnavas and then he go forward for his seva. Then Śrīla Mahārāja mentioned that in his Chaitanya Charitamrita, when he mentioned this point, actually, when Śrīla Mahārāja mentions this point, he mentions one thing so many times from Kaviraja Goswami's writing. Yadi hai avesh, tabe tate hai pravesh, sahaj vastu na jaye varnan. That Śrīla Kaviraja Goswami is saying that the writing, my writing, Chaitanya Charitamrita, it's not like that I have got, my consciousness got absorbed in someone. Can say like Śrīla Mahārāja gives very simple example. A person, when he gets attracted to somebody, then what happens? He identifies himself with that particular person. And he sees all good qualities in that person, even though that person may have some bad qualities also. But he is unable to see that, detect that. Why? Because he is fully absorbed in that person and acknowledges with that, identifies with that person. So that's why it becomes impossible for him to write from neutral point of view. Yadi hai avesh, tabe tate hai pravesh. When a person gets absorbed in somebody, then what happens? He identifies himself with that sahaj vastu na jaye varnan, and he cannot speak the plain truth. But Śrīla Kaviraja Gosvami mentions that my writing is not such. I am writing what is 100% truth. Nothing is there which I am writing because I am absorbed in somebody. So this thing also Śrīla Mahārāja mentions at this point. After that, Śrīla Mahārāja mentioned that Śrīla Kaviraja Gosvami, he has given so many different instructions in his Chaitanya Charitamrita. One of them is, he mentions Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tiner Smarane Hai Vigna Vinasha. That by remembering the lotus feet of Guru, Vaishnava and Bhagavan, by remembering them, what happens? Tiner Smarane Hai Vigna Vinasha. All kind of obstacles on the path of Bhakti goes away. So, why Śrīla Mahārāja is mentioning? Because yesterday he mentioned about Raghunatha Gosvami's verse that is mentioning in Pratishtha Drishta verse that Sadatam Sevaso Prabhudaita Samansham Atulam. You always remember, serve the lotus feet of Commander-in-Chief in the army of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Then and only then they will, because they are very powerful, they can kick out this desire for pratishtha from your heart. That's why we have to remember the Vaishnavas on their tithis. And today again Śrīla Mahārāja is mentioning that Kaviraja Gosvami has also mentioned that what one has to do if one wants to meet with great auspiciousness, he has to always remember Hari, Guru, Vaishnava, Bhagavan, Tiner Smarana. He must remember them and Tiner Smarana Hari Vigna Vinashan. All kind of obstacles on the path of Bhakti goes away. Then Śrīla Mahārāja mentioned that even though Śrīla Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami did not give any information about his parents, about his surname or caste or anything like that, but still he has given one special introduction about himself, that who is he and how he has spoken about him, that Puri Sher Kit Hoite Moise Lagishta. What is my position? What is my identity? Puri Sher Kit Hoite Moise Lagishta. I am smaller than the worm in the stool. Puri Sher Kit Hoite Moise Lagishta. Jagai Madhai Hoite Moise Papishta. And I am more sinful than Jagai and Madhai. Jagai Madhai Hoite Moise Papishta. More naam jaile tar paap hoy. A person. Bhagavad Mahārāja Sacha. Maharaj, come. Idra. More naam jai lay tar paap hai. A person who even utters my name, he commits sin. More naam jai lay tar paap hai. More naam jai shune tar punya hai. Tar punya khai. A person who hears my name, his pious deeds goes away. So Srila Maharaj mentioned 2 points today from these particular verses. That first thing, that Srila Kaviraja Gosvami is mentioning that I am more sinful than Jagai and Madhai. Jagai Madhai hoite moise papishwar. Why? Because even though they were also committing all kind of sins, but still they are having one merit. What is that? That they took birth in Dham, whereas I took birth somewhere else. And then second thing, Srila Maharaj mentioned that Mor Naam Jai Shune Tar Paap Hai. That when Kaviraj Goswami is saying that, oh, nobody should hear his name, otherwise they will commit sin. Nobody should chant his name, otherwise their punya will go away. So does it mean that we should not utter this name or hear this name, Krsnadasa Kaviraja? Sometimes Srila Maharaj mentions that when we say Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, that whatever comes from the lotus lips of Guru, one should always take these words. So why not taking the words of Srila Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami as it is? Because here some other secret is there in between. And what is that? Like Srila Maharaj gives an example, that his angle of vision, when he is speaking about himself, that how lower is he, actually brings us to understand that how he is associating with such a great personalities, that among those personalities he feels himself that he is very insignificant. Like Srila Maharaj gave an example, that once he was in Hyderabad and there was a person who was supposed to arrange for Maharaj to go to the doctor, and then somehow when he, like Srila Maharaj saw him, at that time Srila Maharaj addressed him Sethji. Sethji means a wealthy person. Generally we call different people Sethji. Means you are a wealthy person. Then immediately that person replied to Maharaj that, oh, what kind of Seth we are. Even though he is having 5 meals, he is having 5 sons, for 5 sons he was having 5 meals, big factories, everything. He was a very wealthy person, but still when Maharaj said that, oh, you are Sethji, immediately he answered that, Maharaj, don't call us Sethji. Sethji is Tata and Birlas. What kind of Sethjis we are? So Srila Maharaj says that for us, he was a very wealthy person. For him, he is considering that he is lower. But who is Seth? Who is very high on this rank. So in this way, Srila Kaviraja Gosvami, when he is saying that I am smaller than the smallest, why he is saying? Because he is associating with such great personalities that natural humanity comes in his heart. This is the real process to become humble and follow the words of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Trinada Vishnu. Srila Maharaj mentions again and again, today also he was mentioning that it's not a mechanical process to become Trinada Vishnu, smaller than the straw. But it is a natural process. And what is that? Shastras mention that always associate with higher devotees, superior than yours at least. When you associate with them, the natural humility comes in you. Srila Maharaj gives an example that if a son is standing with his father, then automatically he becomes smaller and his father becomes elder. But if he stands with his son, then he considers I am father and here is my son. Over there, he becomes proud that I am superior. But that's why Shastra says always associate with superior Vaishnavas. By this, what will happen? Natural humility will manifest in your heart. So, by these words of Sri Kaviraja Gosvami, it is very clear that with whom he was really associating, that he was considering about himself so small. That's why at the end of these verses he mentions that only Nityananda Prabhu is the one who blessed me. A person like me also got his mercy and became blessed. Otherwise, there was nobody else who can bless me. So these are the some teachings from Srila Krsnadasa Kaviraja Gosvami's personal conduct. Hare Krishna. One more thing Srila Mahārāja mentioned, that not only humbleness will come if you associate with great Vaishnavas. Even Sahishnata. Sahishnata means a capacity of tolerance. Desire or a tolerance will manifest in someone's heart if he associates with higher class Vaishnavas. This has been seen in the life of Mahārāja. What happened? That because he associated with Narad Rishi from his like the time when he was in the womb of his mother even. That's why his father, even though he gave him so much pain, so many sufferings, but still he was completely tolerant and he did not do anything against his father. Even when his father died, he was so humble and tolerant that he was paying his sashtang pranam to his father whenever he saw him. And afterward, when his father died, at that time also, Brahma, Shiva, so many demigods, they became very happy that, oh, a demon came to the end. But Prahlad Maharaj, because he is devotee, and these Brahma, Shiva, all these demigods, they are not really in the category of devotees. They are karmis. That's why they became pleased when Hiranyakashipu left the body. On the other hand, Prahlad Maharaj, he became unhappy and prayed to the Lord for the well-being of Hiranyakashipu. Hare Krishna.
महामंत्र करो.
महामंत्र.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare